Okay, so we are back on our bullshit.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, I need to share the screen, don't I?
Mm,
That would
that
probably
would help.
help. Okay, I'm gonna turn up my audio. Let's see. There we go. Tiffy and I left off here.
Ah.
Let's see. You're handsome, you know that? She randomly blurted out and then turned away, biting her lip and rolling her eyes at herself.
Oh. The internal eye roll. Why? Just admit to yourself that he's hot. I'm sorry, I just can't really relate to this.
Yeah, he is hot. And it's like, I don't really have, like, if they're getting together, so I don't understand why she has a problem with saying that he's hot, because clearly they're getting together.
Yeah, like I'm having a lot of trouble relating to this.
Yes, he did know he was handsome. It had been pointed out more than once by others who had wanted to date him, but he had eyes for only one woman and a handful of men. I mean, what? The one beside him right now, who had been keeping him company and nursing him back to health. He appreciated the compliment 100 times more coming from her, and his gentle smile blossomed into a full-on beam.
Aw.
But what's 100 times 0? No, you know what? We're gonna say that he appreciated the others at a unit of 1.
Yes.
Yes, because he's not a complete asshole.
Yeah, it's like people compliment my hats all the time, and I'm not attracted to them, but, it's a nice compliment to get.
Oh, that's true. She chuckled and turned back to kiss him once more. She just couldn't resist, it seemed. Why would she want to? What? He was a very good kisser, and it made her insides burn. No, that's swallowing Tiger Balm. Her kiss made him melt further, and he moaned appreciatively as he kissed her back. They made a good
Hold on. I need to give husband some smoochies.
Aww. Oh, you know what? Give me a second. Give me a sec. I gotta go give my husband a kiss too. He's confused that I'm streaming. He's like, "You're gonna be streaming." Yeah, I actually already am. Anyway, they made a good pair, at least so far, he amended. He had to remind himself to check himself before he wrecked himself again. I'm aware that I used the word himself 3 times in that sentence, but I couldn't resist.
It's fine. There was a meme.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You are so special, Trent. She lightly pulled back, her breath warm against his lip as she looked him in the eyes. Thank you for forgiving me, for being here, for so many, many things. Special? He, Trent, was special? He knew he was different, but to be called special instead of strange or creepy or freak, or he felt like Buddy the Elf on Christmas. Well, maybe not quite that kind of special. I should be thanking you for visiting me, for staying by my side, for forgiving me, he uttered. I always knew you had a beautiful soul. Oh, honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. I'm not even going to, oh, honey. I'm just going to himbo time. It's himbo time. You are a terrible judge of character.
Yes.
You are such a sweet talker. Rebecca giggled softly as she lightly
It's
rubbed her
just not as much a sweet talker as the bear who recites.
as she lightly rubbed her nose against his. I like that. It makes me feel all giddy inside sometimes. I want us to spend I'm sorry. I want to spend as much time as I can with you. I really feel that we have something between us, Trent, and I want to know what that is. She was rambling again, and it made her
She wants to know what that is. Some degree of attraction and guilt.
Sounds about right. She was rambling again, and it made her blush.
Oh, you didn't get an initial capital on my line.
Do I need one?
All right.
Don't mind me, I'm bratty. You are special to me, Trent. You have something about you that, I don't know, it's so mystical in a way. You're so giving, so gentle, and I know how strong you are. She smirked lightly up at him.
He's mystical.
Huh?
Mystical.
Yeah. I don't understand mystical either.
Okay.
He does become an incubus in side chat, but that doesn't apply here.
I'm going to mystical as in like his ability to recover really quickly from serious injury. I'm a little confused on this word choice. But maybe she went into some more specifics. This all sounds pretty vague. Which, I mean, I know that I have a hard time describing all the ways and reasons I love my husband, but...
Hold on.
Yeah, but she's a character in a story. She should be a little bit more eloquent than a real life person.
You're so giving, so gentle, and I know how strong you are. She smirked lightly up at him as she moved in such a way that she was cuddled up against, I'm just going to strike that.
Yeah.
Cuddled up against his side, moving his arms to lightly wrap around her, and she had to giggle softly to herself that she had to do that for him. He seemed so sure of himself most times, but in this he was shy. So cute. Maybe he's just respecting your boundaries. Maybe that's the mystical thing. Her words were like a favorite food that he only got to indulge in once in a while. He'd been living on shrimp ramen, and her newfound eagerness to spend time with him was lobster fettuccine and Tuscan stuffed portobello mushrooms and chocolate cheesecake topped with strawberries. Finally.
All at once, I hope.
You know what? I keep thinking the same thing whenever I read that. Finally, she felt that connection between them. The one he had sensed they could have the second he had seen her in their freshman year at college.
Oh, you frozen.
Am I back? Hello?
Hello?
Am I back?
Yeah.
Finally, she felt that connection between them. The one he had sensed they could have the second he had seen her in their freshman year at college. He savored these words of hers, and when she leaned into him and put his arms around herself, he gave her a gentle squeeze. Upon looking at the clock, though, she nearly groaned. It was almost 9 p.m., and she had to be up at 4 a.m. for a dissertation at work. No, that's not how that works. Anyway, I really don't want to go, but I didn't realize how late it was, she said with a slight grump to her voice, tilting her head back to gaze up at him. You know, that actually works for that description.
Yeah.
I will come back tomorrow, though, I promise. She sat up slowly and moved to hug him, careful not to hurt him, and kissed him again, softly.
I'm wondering, like, why does she have a 5-hour commute?
Why what?
Why does she have a 5-hour commute?
She doesn't.
Oh.
You be good for the doctors and physical, okay? She teased as she managed to slide out of his embrace and stood, pulling the blankets back and tucking them in affectionately. When she had looked at the clock, he reflexively glanced up too. Any time spent together was a blessing, but it was endearing to see her so reluctant to go. He hugged her back gently and promised to be a good patient. I will see you tomorrow, Trent. Sweet dreams. She smiled at him adoringly before she turned and walked out the door. That look in her eyes, it was what he had always wanted to see from her. He had craved it, needed it, and now here it was, and the hole in his heart devoured it like a starving baby finally being fed after crying for hours in the NICU. Citation. That time Lucius had heart surgery, and they didn't contact his father to let him know he was out of surgery. They just kept him in the NICU crying and then fed him Pedialyte. Wow. Even though Loki had taken the entire freezer full of milk.
Oh my gosh.
And it said, contact me when he's out. And they didn't even bother to confirm his contact information or anything.
Wow.
I know. The sweetness of her gaze almost brought tears of joy to his eyes, but he managed to remain composed. All right. Any commentary before I post?
No, that's good.
Cool. Public. Permalink categories. Add new tag. I don't know if we have tags. We'll look at that later. Okay. Will not update until I get 10 God Revowos. Come on, it should be public now. Yes. All right. Hello, viewer. Hello, viewer.
Oh, hello, viewer.
Apparently, we have a viewer. Okay, so we're on chapter 4 now. Okay, let me port it in. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. And Microsoft Word. Okay, good. Okay, I'm pretty sure My Confession is an Usher song. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure there is also a
Camelot
song by that same name, but yes. Yes.
Yes, there is.
That one is a lot darker. I don't actually know the other one.
You know what? Let's see how dark it is. Okay, it's definitely not that one.
Okay.
You know what? I might have been. I'm not sure which one I was thinking about.
Okay.
I might have been thinking about the Weird Al parody also. Once home, she walked in on Josh coming out of the bathroom and had a moment of clarity. Shit! She couldn't bring Trent to a place she shared with another man! Firstly, why not? Trent's heard of roommates. Secondly, I misspelled. Yes, okay. Secondly, this didn't occur to you sooner? Why?
4 months.
Okay. Let alone another man who they both knew she had had a thing for at one time. Now what was she going to do?
Well, I read ahead, so I know she's going to kick Josh out of the house for basically nothing.
I'm not going to add that.
Okay.
Josh had noticed Rebecca's absence for a while, but it didn't bother him. Daryl had taught him how to clean up after himself, and Marty at the grocery store had shown him where the pre-cooked meals were that he just had to put in the microwave for a few minutes, so the place was clean and he was decently fed. Canonically, Josh was terrible at taking care of himself. So he didn't clock the look on her face when he came out of the bathroom, only greeted her with a casual, "Oh, hey, Bex." Rebecca was, as if frozen, only barely greeting Josh as he walked past her. Oh, this was not good. If she brought Trent here and he saw Josh living as a roomie with her, who knew how far that would set them back? Probably 0, because Trent has heard of roommates. She had literally forgotten about it herself. 4 months and not a word at all. How could you be so stupid?
I don't know, actually. Yes, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Josh, you got a minute? She asked after her brain kicked back on and turned to follow him. Wait, her brain turned to follow him?
Are we not all simply brains piloting meat suits?
Sure, Josh said amiably. What's on your mind?
Just wait until I tell you about this. Let's see. Just wait until you hear about the skeleton costume parties.
Look, we gotta talk about something. She bit her lip. Oh, first react. First react of the chapter, y'all. The Bella Swan lip bite.
Classic.
Huh?
Classic.
As she looked over at him and sighed. Ooh, hail hydrate.
Oh, yeah. Hydration time.
Actually, we were doing Penryn, right? Or Everin for that. I'm gonna need to talk to you about, well, moving out or something. Why did this have to be so hard as well? Oh, honey, you think this is hard. You're not the one getting kicked out. Moving out? That had come so far out of left field, Josh's head was spinning.
I wonder why. Sorry, that was just my alarm to make sure I really did order dinner, but Andy's cooking, so.
Okay. Or that didn't come out right.
No, I think that it did. That's what you meant.
I need you to come to the hospital with me, and we both have a discussion with someone I have grown to care about very much.
That way, it can be Trent's fault that he's being kicked out.
Oh,
Dodging responsibility like a pro, I see.
Huh?
Dodging responsibility like a pro. I don't know what's that. That's a reference to.
It's a reference to the movie Dodgeball. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball. And so Akuma, we can just say that Akuma in 2008, she was just gearing up for for the multiverse's most intense dodgeball tournament.
Sure.
Nothing was ever Akuma's fault.
Naturally.
Oh, I gotta remember to add that in. That makes her character so much more sympathetic. Oh, I get it, he thought, grinning as she suggested he come to the hospital. She's moving in with a new guy. So that's why she hasn't been around. Yeah, no problem. She began again. Honesty was hard, but she had promised. Firstly, no, honesty is not difficult. Secondly, shut up about promising. She just didn't know.
It's being a huge dick and kicking him out that's hard.
Being a dick and kicking him out is hard.
Yes.
Oh, she's quoting a Glee character, but yeah. She just didn't know how Josh would take it. That it was, well, Trent.
You're worried. You're not worried about how he's going to take being kicked out, but you're worried about how he's going to take being replaced by Trent after you kick him out.
About how he's going to feel about getting kicked out, or about kicking him out? Sorry, I lost the thread.
Yeah, about how he'll take being kicked out. You know, how he'll feel. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, do we have to do the Yonic flower react?
The what?
We do. The Yonic flower react.
I'm gonna make you do the Yonic flower react.
Okay.
Okay, are we doing the flower, the cake, or the ring? Flower? Okay. You gotta find it first.
There it is.
How I've missed you, friend. She told him everything, though. How she had gone to apologize that night, the talks they had had, the way he was healing, how she had promised to care for him as he healed, and then her impulsive but true feelings for him in the form that she had invited him to come live with her for a while. All of it
and she never mentioned any of this to Josh, and she never brought this up with her roommate beforehand.
What is that? You search on me. All of it poured out in a rushed, frenzied way. She couldn't believe she had forgotten about Josh. Yeah, neither can we. Would that make her look like she'd purposely lied to Trent by not mentioning it? I don't know if I'm oversensitized because of the thing that I'm editing in tandem with this, but it seems to me like she cares more about how she looks than what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, she's kicking Josh out for appearances. kicking Josh out.
She's what? Kicking.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know what? And Trent can more than afford to buy them a bigger house. I don't know why that never comes up. Hold on. It was 4 months and she hadn't said a word. Yet it didn't even occur to her as she had spent most of her time at the hospital, and when she'd gotten home, Josh was already asleep in his room, so she never saw him.
So she's ghosted her roommate for 4 months and then comes back and tells him he's being kicked out.
Yeah, this is a fucking mess. So what do you say? Will you come help me explain? I'm sorry, will you come help explain things with me? Just...
So she's also going to be putting the emotional burden of explaining this to Trent on Josh's shoulders, I see.
If Trent was anything like me, which he kind of is in this fic, he does not like Josh. He is extremely jealous of him. So good job, Rebecca. You're a terrible person. I am making a mess of things again, and I really need your help. I didn't mean to forget. I was just busy. This is so much self-justifying bullshit.
So she needs his support as she's kicking him out.
Yeah, pretty much. I didn't notice that the first time, but now that we're going through it line by line, yes. What she had to say made his head spin even more. He looked
Yeah, it makes my head spin too.
He looked at her with clear and blatant confusion. Wait, hold on, he said. You're kicking me out so you can live with Trent? That was surprising. He'd gotten the impression things hadn't ended too well between them either time they had dated. Are you okay? He asked his friend. He's not blackmailing you, is he? Josh remembered at a meeting she had called with him, Paula, and Nathaniel. Paula had said something about Trent and blackmail.
You know, this is actually a reasonable response.
Thank you. What? Josh, no! She was exasperated. She shook her head at him.
What?
Didn't you hear what I just said?
No, actually, you elided... Is elided the right word? You glossed over it in your narration.
We are finally being honest with each other and no tricks, lies, or blackmail this time. So, please?
You let me pick you out? Please?
Oh man, where's that one react? With the, you know the one I'm looking for, right?
Is it the one with the tears flowing down?
No, it's the like big-eyed.
Oh, the puppy-eyed one. I don't know.
No, it's that one. Was she begging? Sounds like, yeah. Ugh. There's a new message for. Oh man. Okay. She hated that fact if she was, but she didn't want to come out looking like the bad guy again.
Looking.
When she was trying so hard. Okay, you know what? We're gonna break in that Yoda react, y'all. Yes.
Yes.
I searched that up. I was like, you know what? I am so sick of hearing about trying that we're just gonna do a Yoda.
To do things right this time. I'm sorry. Cooking out your roommates out of the blue so your new boyfriend can move in is in fact a bad guy move and not doing the right thing. Or not doing things right.
So will you come to the hospital with me and explain things? It might go over better if he heard it from you that we just friends.
Oh, I see.
I
So
mean, this sentence here is really in character. So this, you know, I'm gonna actually give her props for that.
okay.
Let's see that. Okay, sorry. What
I'm still aghast that it's not. See, yes. I'm still aghast at what a horrible person she's being. But okay.
Yeah, this is one of the rare instances when her being a horrible person is actually in character. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. She waved her hand slowly in front of her to give that word meaning, because that's all they were. Platonic.
Wait slowly in front of. How? I don't know. Okay.
Let's see. Piffy.
Okay.
We can leave right now and get there before visiting hours end. At 9 p.m.? In fact, let me look this up. It's Glendale Memorial Hospital. Okay.
11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
This one says 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
And one above says 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., but that's consistently ends at 9 p.m.
Let's see.
So visiting hours should be over. Also, it makes sense in the narration for Rebecca to have left at 9, if that's when the visiting hours end. Although she has been ignoring them up until this point, so maybe she just doesn't have any clue when the visiting hours start or end. Oh.
That.
Oh. See, I managed to purge that from my memory. Sometimes having memory problems is...
Hold on, I'm going to interrupt you there. I think she's already appeared this chapter, but...
Yes, but she clearly she had to leave to get the chainsaw.
Get it all out in the open.
Penryn should have a colon afterwards, not a period.
Oh.
Penryn, damn.
Well, she is a demon. She was going to be very tired in the morning for work, but as far as she was concerned, this was more important. Honey, as far as you're concerned, everything's more important than work.
Then, okay.
Did you have a thing?
Oh, just then her having to leave early because she needs to be awake for work at 4 a.m. Never mind.
Okay. Should I
Like,
just...
you can type out the never mind, but...
Okay. Not having Trent look at her the way he had when she had hurt him all those months ago. She didn't think she could bear that again. Not when things were going so well. She couldn't... Okay, so, hold on.
Also, the bear who cannot.
True, we do need the bear who cannot. Alright, bear, where the hell are you?
Bear also doubles as my feelings about Rebecca, the character, as a person.
Okay, hold on. Was it before or after? Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. The cogs in Josh's head were still turning. Wait, hold on. So we blackmailed you before. Bex, are you sure this is such a good idea? I mean, okay, I'll go with you, but Hector and White Josh think that guy's kind of strange. Wait, you want to go right now? It's almost 10 p.m., but even as he said this, he was pulling on his jacket and finding his flip-flops.
He seems to be the most reasonable person to have showed up so far.
Thank you. And yes, he has in the past, but that doesn't matter anymore. Fact is, we agreed to be 100% honest with each other. I know!
100% honest with each other have to do with blackmail, though.
Just saying. And I was spending so much time with him and at the hospital that I forgot to mention you live with me. We've been over this multiple times. He watched as he grabbed his jacket and helped him find his flip-flops. Men really were helpless. Oh, you know what? I have a react to that too. I have a react to that too. Let me... It's a canon one from the show too.
Ooh.
Let me find it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hope it's in my Google Photos, because if not, then I'm gonna be grumpy. Oh, cute.
Thank you.
Okay, it's... Oh, yeah, here it is. Found it.
All right.
All right, let me put this back. Add to stream.
And sorry, Internet, you may have to hear me eating dinner.
There we go.
Let's generalize about men.
Let's generalize about men. Let's generalize about them. Let's take one bad thing about one man and apply it to all of them. Let's conflate all the guys. Let's generalize about men. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, now. This can't wait till tomorrow. He'll know that you
How
sleep.
can it not wait until tomorrow?
He'll know that you sleep here. You know what? I'll put in your comment, though. He'll know that you sleep here, and it might get all weird between us again, and I really don't want to have to go through that again. You know what? For my next trick, I will transform this into a conversation about me. I'm gonna look for that in my Google Photos, too. I'm not sure if I still have that particular react. In my long forgotten clothes.
So she agreed to be 100% honest with him, but now she's taking
Piffy. Hold on, I'm looking for something.
Okay.
For my next trick, I will transform this into a conversation about me. I might just have to look it up. Baby! Sorry. He's so cute!
Aw.
Sorry, guys. I got a picture of my baby when he was about 6 months old. Okay. So, which one should I use? This one or this one?
I like the first one.
This one? Okay. Yeah, let me open it. Okay, yeah, that's small enough.
Yeah.
Because that's totally what she's doing.
Angela May.
That is a hot magician, though. She grabbed her keys in her purse and headed towards the door. And Hector and White Josh are kind of weird too, but you don't see me saying that. You literally just did. She rolled her eyes as they walked out the door and down to her car. Oh, this was going to go over so well. Joy. When they got there, Trent was surprised to see them, to say the least. Hey, Rebecca, I thought you went... Josh. Trent's voice cooled immediately as he saw the other man. He looked between the two of them, his heart suddenly racing and his throat dry. What was this? Let's see. I need to have Desmona do this pop culture reference thing. Seeing the way his face fell and hearing the coolness of his voice, Rebecca felt instantly sick. But she was the one who walked over to Trent and, taking a seat beside him, there should be... I'm just going to pink light and taking. Because I don't have it. Yeah. Looked him in the eyes as she began to try to explain. I probably should have mentioned it earlier. No shit, Sherlock! I'm going to give her a you don't say for that. Trent, but Josh is my roommate. She forced out of lips that didn't want to cooperate. Spoiler alerts. I'm going to have Joe to say that. Because she is so mature. Right. In fact, she felt like she was about to literally throw up, as opposed to figuratively throwing up. Yeah, that is a really good question. Why?
Like after all of her carrying on about 100% honesty, she feels sick letting him know that he's platonic roommates with someone.
Well, she did say honesty is hard earlier, so I guess she is a habitual liar. That's all it is, though, a roommate. He has his own place and keeps to it. I just never thought to mention it in this time, because honestly, I forgot. She shrugged and looked at Josh before back to Trent.
And she needs to bring Josh here as a prop because...
There. Yeah, I know. How could I forget that? Well, I spend all my time here at work, and by the time I got home on the nights I did go home, Josh was already in his room asleep, so I never saw him. So it kind of slipped out my mind till tonight when he happened out of the bathroom as I was coming into the front door. She paused in her rambling and sighed. Hail, hydrate!
I need to refill my water.
Okay.
All right, but my hydration is in solidarity with Captain America.
Okay. In fact, I'm just going to say. You had really messed things up this time. Trent, I am sorry. Why are you apologizing to Trent?
Josh, right there. You're kicked out. I know I'm a broken record at this point, but shh, let me have my hypocrisy.
He reached out for his hand, seeking to give comfort as well as get it.
Yes, she's definitely the one who needs comfort. Being a broken record again.
Hold on. She's definitely the one who needs comforting what?
Who needs comforting in this situation?
I honestly forgot. I wasn't trying to hide that fact from you. Honest. Okay, that gets a count.
Mm-hmm.
That gets a count. Where... Oh, here we go. I mean it honest. Trent didn't hesitate to hold her hand when she reached for him. He took in what she said. She was being honest, just as she had promised she would, so he couldn't be mad. And even when Josh had walked into the room, he hadn't been mad so much as confused. He didn't like nor approve of Josh. He felt Josh had taken advantage of Rebecca's feelings for him and had not appreciated her nearly enough, but it made a certain kind of sense that two people with that much history might choose to be roommates. Besides, since Josh had been such a big part of Rebecca's life, Trent had looked into him too in the past and found him to be a hopeless, overgrown teenager. Thank you for upholding your promise, he told her, warmth creeping back into his voice. That must have been hard for you, but honey, how were we... He trailed off, noticing the look on Josh's face when he called Rebecca honey. Josh liked her now. Rebecca let out a breath she didn't even know she'd been holding at Trent's words, and her smile returned as she gave his hand a light squeeze as he had taken hers in turn. Was being honest always this hard? No! It's actually quite easy if you make a habit of it. Always make one...
The past 4 months of conversations late into the night.
Huh?
Like, at any point during the last 4 months of conversations late into the night, you could have mentioned that Josh is your roommate.
Always
Does do all the groceries?
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry. Does Josh just do all of the groceries so she never notices that, like, they're out of milk? Because it's really hard to forget all signs of having a roommate for 4 months.
Well, presumably... Hold on.
Okay, but now I'm wondering why hasn't Josh like texted her to see if she's okay?
Why wasn't Josh what?
Why hasn't Josh texted her to see if she's okay?
Canon song reference.
Oh, okay.
He's a very oblivious guy. So I am actually giving her a pass on this because it's plausible just because of who Josh is.
All right.
If Rebecca didn't have a job and just kind of loafed around, or if she'd taken the canon route and started working at the pretzel shop or something like that, then yeah, I would have more questions. But we threw all that out the window. We even threw out the part about her life being suspended. Whoopsie doodle. That was kind of a plot point. Anyway, always make one feel like they were going to puke.
No.
No, maybe you had a bad chicken sandwich or something. But then made one feel 1,000 times better when things worked out. She could get used to
And
this.
by things worked out, you mean you're not in trouble?
Yes.
We still haven't worked out where Josh is going to live.
She could get used to this if this was how it would be. You know, that really does make her sound like a habitual liar. She didn't notice the look Trent sent Josh, nor did she notice Josh's look at Trent's word usage for her. Do I need to keep that, or can I strike that?
Yeah.
Strike it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's useful for RP stuff, but
that's RP useful. Okay. Trent's mind worked quickly as he ran through possible solutions. Josh's mind worked slowly as he tried to comprehend the situation. And I mean, when I initially wrote that, like, I was supposed to be I was trying to emphasize Josh is slow on the uptake, but what I ended up doing is, wow, this poor guy's reeling. Like anyone would be. He's like, what is going on? And that's totally fair. Finally, he settled on this. Josh, why don't you stay at my house for now? My assistant's been house sitting while I've been in the hospital, and she can help you get settled in. Wait a minute. If your assistant has been house sitting, how does she not know your prognosis?
how does she not know already that he was in the hospital?
If the two of them took an interest in each other, that would really be for the best. Why, you want Josh as a brother-in-law? Do you? Do you really?
I mean, didn't he just go over all the ways he thinks that Josh wasn't good enough for Rebecca? What makes him good enough for his little sister? Sorry, spoilers.
I mean, I kind of already spoiled that in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And when I write this into a full story, there's a chance I'll be starting all the fuck back in like 1997.
Oh, okay.
So we'll probably already know that that's his sister at that point.
All right.
Thankfully, it seemed Josh hardly had a suspicious bone in his body. Ignorance really was bliss. He agreed readily. That sounds great. Thanks, man, he said easily.
Yeah, he's super grateful to not be homeless at the moment.
I feel like I used too many adverbs. Let's see. Let's see.
Just thankfully and readily. And heartily.
And easily.
Uh,
So ignorance really. So I'm just gonna strike this because it seems a little bit mean-spirited to call him ignorant when considering, like, it's not his fault. None of this is his fault.
yeah.
Rebecca felt instantly better than she had on the wrong then. Than she had on the drive here. You know what? I'm gonna give her another all about me for that. Because that's, yeah, she feels better, but it's just because she's not in trouble. Yeah, that's a great idea. That way I can get the room ready for when you come home. For you. Okay, whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
No, I think you should at least mention your flailing.
I remember Make's distressed arms flailing and Grable's remont were from the conversation with the same really bad role player back in 2010. She smiled.
I don't actually remember that anymore. I just remember that Grapple's remont.
Grable Make's distressed arms flailing. I think you used both of those in the same sentence at one point, and then it became a meme for DOF. She smiled brightly at Trent, not even realizing the word usage she used herself. Home with her. Home.
What? Wait. She didn't notice it, and so now she's going to emphasize it.
Slaniac react. Okay, should I do I shit you not, or she says immediately after describing?
She says immediately after describing. Except it's somehow the inverse of this.
Yes. Well, glad that's over. She chuckled and nodded at Josh and smirked. Smirk like a jerk. Let us know when we can get him moved in, babe. I'm having way too much fun with these reacts. I probably shouldn't use the pig react every time she says babe, but I mean, come on.
But why not? It's such a cute pig.
In fact,
I think we made that joke already, but
I don't know if we did. I think we did, like, out loud, but I don't remember if we did in text.
Okay.
And I will help him pack and move him out, since I know where your house is now.
They're talking like he isn't there, or like he's like some sort of puppy.
If he was a puppy, I'd be 100 times sadder. Because, like, you know, people who, like, rehome their pets just because, like, they got a roommate or they had a baby or they moved.
Mm.
I'm going to leave off the puppy remark because it just makes
Okay. It's like he's not there or doesn't have any agency, is what I meant.
She was trying her funny to ease the slight tension she still felt between the two men. Yes, Desmona has... Funny how Trent could be so gentle and caring all the time, and then suddenly it was like a switch was flipped and he was suddenly... Wait, which suddenly should I cut? I think I'll cut the first suddenly. That one, yeah.
Yeah, because that suddenly is just like delaying whatever the...
Yeah. And he was suddenly giving off alpha male vibes. That's been debunked. I acknowledged at some point in the fic that had been debunked, but I should have acknowledged that here. Let's see.
Honestly, how do I put this? The kind of people who tend to use phrases like alpha male to describe other people tend to be kind of cringe. But,
Hold on. Who used the phrase alpha male to describe people?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the rest?
I can't think of a better word than cringe.
I know. Was this what you said?
No, but that's better. Let's go with that.
Okay, because I don't remember. I was asking you what you had said because I couldn't. I can't. My keyboard is loud.
Right. Okay.
I can't hear you like while I'm typing. So subtle, but
that was. I gotta call my folks in 10 minutes. So
I know.
Okay.
So do you want to stop now or in 10 minutes?
I think I need the 10 minutes to rest my chatter battery.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have over 10 paragraphs left, so it's a good place to leave off.
Alrighty.
Huggles. Bye.
Bye.